Now, for you guys don't know who this beautiful lady is, this is my good friend Belinda, and she is David's mom.
Thank you, everyone. I think that they brought me up here because I am actually going to do a solo dance for you guys. It's here you go. No, mom, no, no, don't do it, don't do it. No. I'm actually up here to wish David and Daniela many years of happiness. And I want to say to them, and I would like for you all to join in with me in wishing them happiness. I want to, okay, wait, I got it. But I need to stand in front of them. Can you see me? Okay. Seriously. May you have peace in your heart and understanding in your mind that this is your journey. May you have peace in your heart and understanding in your mind the meaning of unconditional love. May you have peace in your heart and understanding in your mind that you have those from above looking down and wishing you well. May you have peace in your heart and understanding in your mind that we all, family, friends, we're the classmates, your friends, long time, that we all love you. May you have peace in your heart and understanding in your mind that when the music starts, I am going to do the stanky leg, stanky leg, oh, stanky leg. I love you both, and thank you. There was a story I wanted to tell. I'll make this short. I missed my opportunity many, many years ago when my son was a football player and Daniela was a cheerleader. And I believe this is when it all started. It was a homecoming game coming up. Daniela was standing on someone's shoulder holding a sign, and I believe it said something like, "Will you go to homecoming with me?" I was in the stands. I missed it. If I had seen it, I would have taken off my shoe. But there are no shoes to be thrown. There are no shoes to be thrown. Thank you, and I love you both.
Let's hear it once again for Belinda. I'm sorry, Mama Belinda. Stanky leg. Yeah. We're going to do that tonight, right? All right. Next person I'd like to bring up here. You guys saw him earlier. He's my good friend, Sal. Come on up, Sal.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank everyone for coming out and celebrating these two today. A magnificent day, and love them both very much. The first thing I definitely have to say is I have to thank Belinda and Godfrey. Right? They have a responsible, very protective, loving young man in David. And on behalf of my family and myself, I mean, we love him very much. We are thankful that he's in our lives and Daniela's life. You know, 13 years, approximately 13 years, something like that, right? 13 years they've been together, give or take 13 years. And, you know, the running joke in our family when, you know, rest in peace, my father would always tell David, you know, I need your social security number. Because he was over so much, and there at the house so much he wanted to write him off on his taxes. Well, you know, he never got it. He doesn't need it. But now you need Daniela's. So hers is 60051. That was close, right? I know, I got it almost. But all joking aside, I mean, you know, the love that they have for one another, watching them grow up pretty much from young, you know, kids in high school and, you know, through college, and just seeing how they've been able to overcome so many things. The love that they have for one another, you know, it's monumental, it's inspiring. How they support one another is definitely, you know, something you don't see every day. And I know for myself and my family, we are undoubtedly grateful that you guys are, you know, married today, husband and wife. You know, to sit here and say welcome to the family, David, it doesn't sound right, because honestly, David has been a family. You know, he's been part of our family for 13 years at least, right? Around 13 years. And so, you know, he has been a brother, a tío, you know, brother-in-law, a son, I mean, everything to all of us, you know. So, you know, thank you. We love both of you guys very much. We wish you nothing but love, happiness. You know, never, ever, ever stop growing as a couple, as individuals. Keep supporting one another. You know, we love you very much. And with that being said, you know, just congratulations, salud, and take care of our baby Danny.
Now we have a couple of more heavy hitters coming up to the stage. Hopefully they share some great stories. Yes? Okay. Let's hear it for Adriana. Come on up, Adriana.
Can I get a shot? I'll put this right here. Yes, prepare. Good evening, everyone. For those who haven't noticed, I'm Adriana, Daniela's twin sister. I would like to thank everyone for coming tonight to celebrate Daniela and David. It's been a long-awaited event. It's been about 13 years, 8 months, but who's counting, David? I'm going to start off with a story my mom and dad would share often. Well, when Daniela and I were babies, we shared a room, different cribs. And every morning when we woke up, we would pop our heads over to just climb into each other's cribs, and we're somehow always shocked to see one another and ecstatic. I don't remember that, but definitely believe it, because we're 29 and I still get so excited every time I see Daniela. But ever since I could remember, we've constantly been asked if we've ever experienced that twin thing. For those of you who aren't sure what the twin thing is, it's where you feel what the other one is feeling. Well, I've always answered no up until this point, but I can honestly say today, it must be true, because I feel every ounce of happiness. So I guess it must be real. Dang it. Your love for each other is infectious, and it's clear for all of us here today. Daniela, you're my best friend, and I'm so proud of you. from graduating with your BSN, passing your NCLEX, yes, passing your NCLEX, and planning a wedding this year. I'm not sure how you balance and somehow make time for everyone with so much grace. Oh, I'm shaking like a leaf. Now, I'm sure everyone has heard the infamous story how Daniela, freshman cheerleader, asked David to homecoming during a varsity game. And he obviously said yes. And I promised Belinda, I tried to talk her out of it. But I'm going to tell you a story of how I remember meeting David. David Richey and I had a geography class together freshman year. And we were so lucky to sit next to one another, really get to know one another. The start of class began with a pop quiz where we were tested on our knowledge of our geography. As always, I wasn't quite as prepared, could not find a piece of paper. So I leaned over to David and asked him in panic mode, "David, can I have a piece of paper?" He then replies with his big David Richey grin and chuckle, of course, and says, "I'll give you a piece of paper if you bark." Yeah. Let's just end the story with, it wasn't my proudest moment. Okay? Yeah, David. However, I do recall this was probably the only time I really wish Daniela broke up with him. Oh, David, I guess we can laugh about it now. But you've always been a part of our family. And I've always considered you like a brother for a while now. From calling my dad old man and telling my boys no often, you fit right in. Thank you for being yourself, a genuine human being, and for loving my twin sister for all these years. David and Daniela, to tell you I'm so proud of you both is a complete understatement. You have been through many hardships, but always overcame them, standing strong beside one another. Unfortunately, it's not possible to have everyone we love here with us today. Sal, Godfrey, and John are all smiling down with so much joy. And Godfrey is probably telling Dad, Sal, "Please stop crying." We know they are all here with us in spirit, and they're not only in our thoughts today, more importantly, they're with us in our hearts always. So please raise your glasses and toast to the most beautiful bride, Daniela, and our now finally husband, David. Let's remember how precious life is, to take each day and cherish our time together. David, Daniela, love one another and stand together. Put your love and your family first, and always have God in your life. So here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after. Cheers, guys.
All right. So, is Coming to America your favorite movie, David? I'm glad he didn't ask me to do anything weird. Yet. Yeah, the night's still young. Well, we can't have the maid of honor without the best man. So let's give a big round of applause to Josh.
When I was your man. Hold on, I'm checking the scores real quick. So, you know what? I got something for you. Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to celebrate this night of matrimony and happiness. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Josh, aka Josh the Boss. I've unfortunately known David almost my entire life. What is it, like 24 years? People always ask me, Josh, how do you put up with them? And I say, plenty of love, support, and a lot of tequila. Lots of tequila. David and I met each other in preschool, and we actually first bonded by racing each other. You know, my memory's a little bit fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure I won those races 100% of the time. Then we bonded a little bit more when we would steal our pre-K teacher's shoes and hide them during nap time. As a kid, you really never know who you're going to be friends with and stay friends with. But like most of us, we stuck by each other. We would hang out together and go to each other's birthdays, play sports together. Dave was always my best friend, but at that time, I didn't realize he would be my brother. High school was where we bonded a little bit more. Besides playing football, we both were in the same scholarship program at ASU. After football practice, we would go to ASU to take classes to prep us for college. But most of the time, we would show up right at lunch accidentally and miss those classes. I promise you, Belinda, it was on purpose. Funny thing was, I got to know Belinda a lot more, and as she was still working and still is working at the same position. You know, I thought I wouldn't get yelled at or punished like I do when I'm at home, since I'm around Belinda, but let me tell you, I was very wrong. I think I got yelled at more by Belinda than I did my own mom. Just kidding. Ever since then, Belinda became my second mom. Around the same time, someone else was coming into David's life that would change everything for him. That person, as everyone should know, is Robert Osorio. Oh, and then Daniela came along, you know, and took her away from us, you know. Sad times. You know, I still think it's funny that Daniela was the one to make the first move versus David. Daniela was actually the one to ask Godfrey if David could go to homecoming. And as I was sitting right next to him, he just gives that look, that same smirk he always gives, like, is this girl serious? He probably wanted to say no, but he said it was okay. And it went all downhill from there. But honestly, Daniela is probably the best thing that ever happened to David. David is now cleaner. He dresses better. Kinda. And he smiles way too much. And it's all because of her. They were always together and never really stopped being together. After we graduated high school, I already knew I was going to ASU, but couldn't find anyone to be my roommate. And lo and behold, David asked if I have a roommate. I said no, and that's where the trouble started. David and I started out in the same architecture program and had almost every class together. I still don't know how he didn't get kicked out of class. But I can tell you, our moms got us all the food we ever needed. Even when we got to our apartment together our sophomore year, we had so much food from our moms that I actually gained some weight for once. We maybe had 5 too many parties and a beer or two, but it was awesome. Daniela obviously spent a lot of time around dorm and the apartment, but we got to know each other more and on a personal level got even closer. That's around the time I knew I would gain not only a best friend, but a sister. She was always the mini mom, pun intended, and made sure we were taken care of. She would cook and clean and got us beer. The only bad part was she was a Bears fan. I know, awful, right? I know. But it's better than being a Cardinals fan. The three of us hung out all the time, and never really wanted to stop. We were the three amigos, and it's still like that today. To close things out, I wanted to tell you guys, I shouldn't be up here. I know I'm David's best friend, but his first best friend was John. John is David's brother, and I don't think you could have a better best friend than your brother. But I know he's up there with your dad, David, and your dad, Daniela, and they're smiling down at you guys and couldn't be prouder of the both of you. So David and Daniela promised me one thing: have plenty of love for each other, support each other, and most importantly, have plenty of tequila because you're gonna need it. So please, everyone, join me and raise your glasses so we can toast to my best friends, my brother and my sister, David and Daniela Richey.
I'm sorry, folks. I must apologize for Josh. He didn't know the rule. No politics and no football at weddings.
Let's go Falcons.